Hey everybody, welcome back. So recently ANCEL reached out to me, probably after watching me struggle along trying to diagnose multiple problems on my wife's Cadillac. They reached out to me and asked me if I'd like to test out their OBD2 scanner, reader, IM readiness diagnostic machine. They make a lot. ANCEL's a company that specializes in automotive diagnostic devices. So I said sure, because I always want things to be easier. So they sent me this one. This is their model AD410 Pro. And let's take a look at it. I haven't taken a look at it yet. This is my first time opening this up. Got a user manual, which is always nice to see. OBD diagnostic function. Battery test. Okay, well, the rest of it looks like it's in other languages, so we won't look at that any further. Here is the device itself. That looks pretty nice. I've got a nice little rubber outer cover on it. Yeah, very nicely rubberized, really grippy. Got some nice clicky buttons. Oh, IM in the middle for IM readiness. And has about a, I don't know, 3 foot long cable on it, maybe not quite that much. Looks pretty nice. Now this one does not have an internal battery. It has to be connected to the vehicle for power, so I can't show you how it functions here at the bench. It's got a nice little bag for all of it once you take it out of the box. And we also have some battery leads if you're going to use it as a battery tester. And we have a micro USB cable. I did know it does have micro USB on the back. Let's plug it in with it and see what happens. All right, I got a plug over here. May have to move the camera slightly to get it plugged in. There we go. Plugged in, lit up. Please perform related operations on your computer. Oh, it's designed to be plugged into a computer. Okay, let's take it out to a vehicle. I have 2 vehicles to use it with. My wife's 2003 Cadillac DeVille and my 98 Jeep Grand Cherokee. And yes, in the US, a 98 Jeep Grand Cherokee absolutely is OBD2. OBD2 was required in the United States on all 96 and later vehicles. So it may be a weird flavor of OBD2, but it is OBD2. This is the Jeep Grand Cherokee 1998. Let's do the battery test on it. And I have not done this before, so bear with me if I stumble and fumble around with it a bit. And there are no real instructions for doing this in the manual, other than just to say, you know, make sure there's no load on the engine and it's not running. So, screen on the phone is so dirty I can't even tell if you can see that or not. See if I can get it over here in the shade. That looks a little better. So I see OBD2, IM battery, lookup, review, and setup, and I'm just going to tap, trying to get this in a place where I'm reasonably sure you can see it. God, it's bright out today, but of course I live in the desert, so it's always bright out. The only shade I have here is my own. How about that there? Will that work? That might be good, so I'm going to tap BAT. Is that what you do? You tap? Nope, you have to use the buttons, I guess. How would I move it over? Nope, can't do OBD2. Oh, there we go. So down moves from side to side. I see what it does. Okay, I got it. I'm on BAT. I'm going to hit enter. Oh, can you see it? So I'm on BAT. I'm going to hit enter. And it says 12.52 volts. Press enter to continue. Battery test, that's what we want to do. So we're going to say enter. Car, regular flooded, and that's what it is. It's a regular flooded battery. And CCA. And what is the CCA of this battery? I'm looking at it upside down, of course. And CCA is 750. So 500, we don't want 500, we're going to go to 750. There we go, 750, and enter. Testing. Below zero, above zero. Well, it is definitely above zero here in the desert. So above zero, enter. Health, 76%, has 654 amps, charge 12.52 volts, 82%, hasn't been driven for a couple of days. Internal resistance is 4.48 and rated at 750. Says good, recharge. Well, it's been sitting for a few days, so driving it the next day time will recharge it. So let's go exit, exit, cranking test. All right, let's go to cranking test. I'm out here alone, so I'm going to have to do this by myself. So cranking test and enter. Turn the ignition off. Enter start detection. Exit crank detection. So I'm not going to be able to see this while I crank it. So and I'm hand holding the phone, so all I can do is go in and crank it and see what it does, and then come back. I suppose I could have turned it, so I might have been able to see it, but not really. All right. So let's hope it figured that out, since it started right up like it should. And let's see what it says. It didn't do anything. Current voltage, please turn the ignition off. Enter to start detection. Okay, I forgot. I didn't do enter to start detection. My bad. Enter. Please turn the ignition on. This is going to be a bit tedious if you're doing it by yourself. All right, turn the ignition on. Now let's see what it wants. If this thing had a 10 or 12 foot cord on it, you wouldn't have to do this. Okay. Has the engine started? All right, so I guess I'm going to have to now crank it and start it. All right. Has the engine started? Cranking low, it says. All right, I'm not sure what exactly that's telling me, but there's a little graph on there which you can barely see out here. So I'm going to exit. I'm going to go to charging test and enter. Turn off headlights and air conditioning. Keep 10 seconds. I don't know what that means. Enter. Testing. Trying to let you see it and keep the glare off it so I can see it too. Should have cleaned my phone screen first. Turn off all devices and increase RPM to 2 to 3,000 and keep for 10 seconds. Press enter to continue. All right, so now I've got to get back in and get it to 2,000 RPM. Yeah, you really need two people to do this, don't you? Or you need to be sitting in the vehicle with the thing in your hand, but the cable's not long enough for that. All right, that had to be around 10 seconds or so. Let's see what it says. Turn on headlights. Oh, I had to press enter to continue. All right, this is annoying. Testing. Didn't I do that? Didn't we do this? I thought I did this. Yes, my catalytic converter rattles. So there's 2,000 RPM. Needs to happen. It's not. All right, there we go. Unloaded 13.8 volts, loaded 10.73 volts. Can you see that? Ripple 7 millivolts. So we're going to say exit and review data. Battery test report, enter. Review data, enter. Oh, I did that. That was my fault. Enter. So you can go back and you can review all the data. Let's go and, well, I wonder if it'll stay in there after I unplug it from power. And the AC is on. I forgot that. So cranking test report, review. There's the cranking test. It's just a little chart. Has a min and a max. Exit. Charging test report. Enter. It has the information we've seen. I hope I'm managing to get all this on camera. Exit. Exit. Exit again. Let's go inside and do the OBD2 test. So let's do OBD2. Enter. I hope it doesn't make me put the VIN in, but I think I have the VIN on my phone. All right. Entering system, please wait. Okie doke, I'm not sure. So what happens if I press enter on any of these? Please turn the ignition off. The ignition is off. Please turn the ignition on. I did. The ignition is on. Fail. Great. All right. I don't even know. Here's PWM, which is usually pulse width modification, right? So enter. Turn the ignition off. Ignition is off. Do I wait for it to do something, or do I press the button? Enter. Turn the ignition on. Ignition is on. Enter. Fail. All right. This is an old vehicle. I'm not sure which one of these apply. CAN 11-bit. Enter. Ignition off. Enter. Ignition on. Enter. Entering system, please wait. Fail. So I just might not have any of these systems available. I'm not really sure which I do and which I don't. So enter, ignition off, enter, ignition on, enter, entering system, please wait. Oh, there we go. There's some information. Malfunction indicator lamp is off. DTCs in the ECU 0. Readiness supported 6. Readiness complete 6. Readiness not supported 5. Data stream supported 20. Ignition spark protocol ISO. So we got some good information there. Whoops. Are you sure you want to exit? No, I don't. Can I get back to where I was? There we go. Let's read codes. There is an ABS code on it, but this might not do ABS. So read codes. Vehicle has no fault codes. Well, you know what? That's a good thing. I don't want to erase. Let's check IM readiness. Since DTCs were cleared, I haven't. Well, I had the battery disconnected a few days ago when I tested some different headlight bulbs, because you got to take the battery out to do the headlight bulbs. Let's say enter. Misfire monitor okay. Fuel system monitor okay. Comprehensive component monitor okay. Catalyst okay. Heated catalyst, evaporative system, and secondary air system are not applicable. Oxygen is okay. Oxygen sensor heater monitor is okay. And that's all of it. So this thing's ready for the emissions test. Not that I'm doing it this year, but it is ready. So let's go back. Let's go back. Let's look at the data stream. View all items. View all items and view select items and view graphic items. Let's view all items. Let's start the engine up. Fuel system status, open loop, because it's cold. Fuel system 2 status, NA. It should go into closed loop pretty quick. We'll go down. Calculated load value, short-term fuel trim, engine coolant temperature, intake manifold absolute pressure, engine RPM. So it looks like it's reading this one really well. It's been kind of tough finding one that will work on both my wife's 2003 DeVille and this 98 Grand Cherokee. The second of the Launch 2 scanners did not read this vehicle for some reason. It just said it could not communicate with it. The first one did, the second one didn't, and they both wound up getting returned, even though I loved the second one with its component activation, but it wouldn't work on this vehicle, and I don't want to have multiples for the vehicles. Oxygen sensor output, so we're getting all the good data here. I'm pretty happy about this. We've gone to closed loop. Let's back out. Let's look at the graphic items. That's interesting. Enter. Okay, calculated load value, engine coolant temperature. Is that something? There is a graphical thing to look at. Short-term fuel trim. There is no bank 2 long-term fuel trim. Okay, so it gives us a nice little graph. Let's exit and let's go back. Let's try this again. View graphic items, enter. Checking all the different PIDs. Let's look at intake absolute pressure, enter. Engine RPM, enter. And absolute throttle position sensor, enter. It looks like it lets you do 3. So map is 41.0, throttle position is 17.6, and RPM right now is fluctuating between the high 730s and the low 750s. So let's give it a little bit of gas. Bring it up, see if I can get it up to about 2,000. Throttle position is now showing 20.8, map is 31, and RPM is 1918. Well, I gotta tell you, despite the tiny screen, that seems pretty darn usable to me. I don't dislike that. So I'm gonna back out. Let's see what else we can do. I have freeze frame, which I'm not gonna use because we all know what that is. O2 sensor test, onboard monitoring, test or component, and vehicle information. Let's go down to the O2 sensor test. Let's see what that does. Bank 1, sensor 1. Okay, that's fine. I didn't think this had 2 sensors, but let's say enter on bank 1, sensor 1. Vehicle does not support. Okay, how about bank 1, sensor 2? Enter. Vehicle does not support. Okay, well, it is a 98, and this is only the second year of, well, is it the third year of OBD2 in the United States? So let's look what's onboard monitoring. Test 11. I don't know what these are. Let's just hit enter on the first one and see what happens. Component type number 1. Well, I get a test value out of it. Status full. I don't know what these are, so I'm not going to be able to give you much information. Let's try one more. Let's try test 21. Enter. Component ID 01. Well, isn't that the same one we just did? Yeah. Status pass. Okay, well, I'm not sure what that is. I'd have to look all these up to know what they are because I don't off the top of my head. Tester component. Let's look at that. Not supported. Okay, we'll take it over to the wife's Cadillac too, and we'll see what it will do because I want to know that it will work on both vehicles. Vehicle information, enter. Not supported. Yeah, well, it is a 98. Let's press IM and see what it. Entering system, please wait. All right, that's a nice little screen. Ignition spark, the malfunction indicator lamp is off. CDTC 0, PDTC or CTDTC is 0, PDDTC is 0. So all those pass. So if all you want to know if your vehicle is I am ready, all you need to do is plug it in and press the I am ready button and you're good to go. So that's kind of nice. I like that. So look up. Let's go to look up. Whoops. And enter. All right. Okay, these just tell you what they do. I'm not going to go through every one. So exit, exit. Let's go to review. Enter. Review DTC, delete DTC, delete all recorded DTC. All right, this does not show the ABS codes, by the way. It's only showing the powertrain. And let's go to setup and let's see what's in setup. Wrong way. Language, unit of measure, beep, record, background, and feedback. Okay, that's pretty, and tool information. Okay, that's pretty much what I expected to find in there. I'm thrilled that it works on the old Jeep. Let's go see if it works on the Cadillac. Okay, we are now sitting in the wife's Cadillac DeVille, and this is a 2000 DeVille DHS, and let's try it in this. So let's go to, I'm not sure if I need to go to that OBD2 since I don't know what most of it is. I'm going to start it up. Oh, it barely cranked. This thing has a draw in it, if I haven't already mentioned it. Let's go to OBD2 and enter. Entering system, please wait. All right, I got a check mark. Okay, so the malfunction indicator lamp is off. DTCs are 0, yay me. Readiness supported 9, readiness complete 8, readiness not supported 2, data stream supported 27, ignition spark, protocol VPW. So I'm going to say enter again on that. And now I can read codes, enter. We know there's no codes on it now because I fixed them all. I had 2 on it, a P0300, then a P0410, the secondary air. First one was random misfire, and the secondary is air injection. And I went through the repairs on both of them and made videos on those repairs if you're interested. Vehicle has no fault codes, exit. So I'm not going to erase codes. I'm going to wait to do the I am readiness to press the main button on it so we can get that nice graphical interface. Data stream, enter. View all items, enter. So we're still in open loop because it hasn't run for a few days. It hadn't run for a week, I don't think. It does not get driven much. Engine coolant temperature, short-term fuel trim. This has a lot more OBD2 items it can check than the old 98 Jeep does. So there is a lot of good information. And it's still set to metric. So we're seeing everything in Celsius and all the other metric sensors, metric numbers, which is okay. Oh, it shows the commanded secondary air system, which is off because it only runs for about 10 seconds when you first start the vehicle up when it's cold. Yeah, a lot of good data, and it's working great on it. Definitely a keeper. I mean, not that I could send it back anyway, since it was sent to me for free for this review. Let's exit. Let's look at the graphic items on this one. Enter. Checking everything it can check. Let's look at short-term fuel trim bank 1. Let's look at intake manifold absolute pressure. Enter. And let's look at engine RPM. And there's the 3 that it's going to show me. All right, that's, I mean, I can understand times when you would want to see this graphic representation. Yes, it's very small and fine on this little screen, but I'll tell you, if you need to see the graph, it's better than nothing. Let's exit back out. O2 sensor test, can it do it? Enter. Bank 1 sensor 1, enter. Vehicle does not support. Okay. Onboard monitoring. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's exit back out of that. Onboard monitoring, enter. And here's all those different tests that I don't know what they all are, or any of them for that matter. Tester component, enter. Evap system test. Oh, this is one that I tried doing it with one of the launch scanners, and I just could not get it to do it. Let's try it here and see what happens. Evap system leak test failed. All right. And I don't think it means the system failed. I think it means the test failed, because I couldn't get that test to complete on either of the launch scanners either. Vehicle information. Vehicle identification number. See, this supports it, and the 98 wouldn't. Vehicle information number. Let's see if it can get the VIN. It got the VIN, and look how fast it got it. Wow. That's nice. Calibration verification. Let's look at that. Okay, I mean, it's working, and it's working really quick on it. I'm kind of impressed. All right, let's do IM, and let's look at that. I'm just going to press the IM button in the middle. Oops. I'm just going to press the IM button here in the middle. Sorry if that overhead light's been off of it. It doesn't want to turn off for some reason. Okay, here we go. Processing. Please wait. Oh, look at that. All right. Evap still has not set. Evap was one I could not get to set before, but we are allowed to fail one of these here in Arizona, so it's not passing that one. I don't know why. I have read stories of people who had to drive the car 500 miles before they could get the evap to set. So that's all pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm really just impressed that it works on both the 98 Grand Cherokee and the 2003 Cadillac. So far, it's the first one of these handheld scanners I have that did both. Now, of course, it did not read the ABS, because it does not read ABS, and it doesn't read all the dashboard and door codes and window codes that this car has on it, because again, it's only a powertrain scanner. But I'm pretty pleased with it. I think it worked really nice for the price. If you're looking for something like this, I can't imagine you wouldn't be happy with it. Thanks to ANCEL for sending this out to me for the purpose of this review. Thanks to you guys for watching. There will be probably an affiliate link down below, and maybe even a code as well if I can get one. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.